Then when a crime is committed, it's not like I just committed it. Okay, most of the times it is pre-planned, premeditated crime. So in such cases, there are 4 stages that will be involved over there. So these are nothing but stages of crime. It applies in case of premeditated or pre-planned crimes, wherein it's like full proper planning, and after that the plan is being executed. Here also first stage will be intention. Okay, I will have the intention that, okay, I will kill this person, right? Maybe I don't like this so and so person, so I want to kill him. That is nothing but intention. So intention becomes very much relevant. Okay, and it's the first stage, but then it's there in my mind only, right? Only in my mind I'm thinking that I don't like this person, so I want to kill him. But it's very difficult to prove it, or it's very difficult for someone else to know about my bad intention. Okay, so that is the reason why at this stage mostly crimes are not punishable, because there is lesser possibility that I will disclose my bad intention to someone, and even if I do, it would be very difficult for the other person to prove it in court. That's why most of the crimes are not punishable at this stage, except for these 2, which are waging war against government and sedition, because these are serious offenses against the state. That's why they are made punishable even at the stage of intention, if that can be proved, or if that can be, like established that this person had a bad intention. That's why the person committed this crime. That toolkit case was being very popular last year, right? Have you seen that?
Pegasus software.
Yeah. No, not that Pegasus one. Another toolkit for this one. This farmers' protest which was going on. This Sharavi was arrested for sedition.
Yes, ma'am.
I think you.
Sedition, but how can one prove, ma'am?
Yeah, that is the thing. Only by their actions they would just feel like, okay, this is sedition. There are so many cases wherein a person is like simply arrested. Okay, Disha Ravi. That's why it was so much in discussions and debates last year. There was one, Disha Ravi, she was arrested, right, for sedition based on these charges. Plus there was another one, like there was one doctor, I guess from UP. He was also arrested and kept in prison for a very long time. Like there was some oxygen scarcity in a government hospital in UP, and then this doctor like tried to save lives of people by somehow managing oxygen, and then this Yogi Adityanath, he just felt that it's maybe like it's affecting their reputation, and he was booked under charges of sedition, and then he was there in jail for a very long time. There are like so many cases wherein people are simply like arrested just like that. So it's definitely difficult to prove, but yeah, based on those assumptions that it is sedition, they are arrested. Okay, so these are just the 2 crimes wherein at the stage of intention also person may be made liable, basically. Otherwise it's difficult.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
At the intention stage, if 2 people discuss, like as you have given in the example A and B discussing about waging war about against the government, are they punishable just for speaking against? Like
yes, they don't need to do anything also. Even if they have not gone to the second stage of preparation, just at this stage also they may be punished.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, intention stage only it may be punished, because we have not yet reached the second stage. In second stage, there are few more things which are made punishable. Okay, so first one was intention, just these 2 crimes. Preparation it involves actus rea, because we are doing something, we are making the necessary arrangements. So if I have an intention of killing a person, maybe I will decide how to kill the person. Is it I want to give maybe poison to the person? If yes, I will maybe go and buy poison. I will track his movement, at what time he is going out, at what time he is alone at house. All those things I would do. That is nothing but preparations. I'm actually doing something to like fulfill my intentions. But at this stage also, it's not very easy to prove that preparation is made for committing this crime only, right? Because even if I am having possession of poison, I can easily say that maybe I have some insects at my home, and to kill that I bought poison. Or maybe I'm doing some research, for that I bought poison. I want to do some experiment, for that I bought poison. There are multiple ways to escape. That's why at this stage also, mostly crimes are not punishable except for a few. Like preparation to commit dacoity, preparation for counterfeiting coins and government stamp. So at the stage of preparation also, it's difficult to prove. So there are some crimes wherein at this stage also it may be punishable, but mostly not. Like take for example, someone is having like a false or a fake government stamp. Okay, that does not make sense. Why do I need a fake government stamp of maybe Ministry of Human Resource and Development? Definitely I have the intention of creating some fake documents, right? If I am having false weights, false measurements, or any sort of forged documents, some fake points, all those things indicate that I am having the intention of committing some crime, right? So in such cases only, at the stage of preparation, crimes will be committed, but mostly for majority of crimes, it's not punishable, because it's again difficult to establish that preparation was for committing that sort of a crime only. Okay, next is attempt, and last one is accomplishment. At these two stages, everything becomes punishable. Okay, for some crimes, you will see that there are two sections. One provides for punishment for accomplishment or crime, like murder. Another one would provide for punishment for attempt, like attempt to murder. Okay, there may be some crimes wherein in the same section it provides for definition. Okay, like sedition, it's the same section which provides for punishment for everything, attempt, accomplishment, everything. So there may be certain crimes wherein complete offense and attempt may be given in the same section, same punishment. There may be certain crimes wherein attempt is given differently, like attempt to murder and murder. There may be certain offenses where only attempt is punishable. Completed offense is not punishable, like suicide. Once a person is successful in committing a suicide, you cannot punish the person. But for attempt, yes, we can punish the person. Okay, and last one being accomplishment or crime. When we look at IPC, right, like this sections are divided. For some, it's the same article, same section. For some, there are two different sections. For some, only attempt is punishable, completed offense is not punishable. And for most of the crimes, because there are so many classifications, it's not possible to provide punishment for attempts as well for everything, right? So there are a lot many crimes wherein for attempt punishment is not given. All these would fall under section 511, which says mostly like half of the maximum punishment will be the punishment for attempt if it's not defined in a separate section. Okay, so 511 becomes relevant and in that ways wherein for attempt punishments will be provided as well. Okay, so what do you think is the punishment for attempt to commit suicide?
Attempt to commit suicide.
Is it punishable?
Yes, ma'am. There is 3, I think. Attempt to commit suicide. 309, I think.
Yeah. So what is the punishment for that? So regarding this provision, right, 309, it was in, like a lot many people were against this provision, because if someone is attempting suicide, definitely they are in a very bad stage in their life, right? They don't have any other option, so they decided to end their life. So in such a case, when we provide for punishment again, right, which is simple imprisonment for a term which may extend to 1 year also, or with fine or with both. So it was said that it does not make sense, because the person is already suffering, plus suicide also was unsuccessful, and then we are again giving punishment. So mostly it does not make sense. So this provision was, it goes against this another legislation we have called Mental Health Act. Okay, so it was said that this legislation goes against this Mental Health Act provisions. So at present, the situation is like Mental Health Act. Okay, at present, the situation is like when someone attempts suicide, court would see under what situations the person attempted. Was it like the person was going through a bad stage in his or her life? If yes, the person will not be given this punishment under IPC. Rather, the person will be given this counseling, okay, under provisions of Mental Health Act. The person would be given counseling. But it was decided that let's not remove section 309 from IPC, because that serves a major purpose. That certain times there may be a person who is just attempting suicide for no strong enough reason. Okay, the person is not as such going through any bad stage or something personally, but still the person is attempting suicide. In those cases, it makes sense to punish the person. Can you tell me who was sent to jail multiple times under this provision 309? Are you aware there is a legislation called Armed Forces Special Powers Act, AFSPA?
No, ma'am. No.
No, right? Okay, so there is this legislation, Armed Forces Special Powers Act, which is giving this armed persons, right, army officials, like an absolute power. If they feel that, okay, this person, I don't, I feel like this person may commit some crime, only based on that assumption only, the person may be arrested. All right, like that, like preventive detention law is there. It is called as a draconian law. It is, like creating a lot of trouble in Northeast as well as in Jammu and Kashmir and areas like that. So this, she is like an activist, okay, Irom Sharmila. She was very much against this legislation. She said that this legislation should not be applicable in Manipur. And unless and until you remove this legislation, I'm going on a hunger strike. I guess for 17 years or something. She was 16 years old fast. Okay, for 16 years, she was not eating anything, only with that straw in nose they would put, right, for patients. With that, she would have some liquid diet, and she was surviving like that. So she was arrested multiple times by police officials, saying that you don't, as such, personally, AFSPA is not affecting you. If it's affecting, it's affecting entire Manipur, entire Northeast. So why are you doing the fast, right? So that's why she was sent to jail multiple times under section 309. And that's the reason why this section is not like removed from IPC. Section is there, but mostly it's not used. We use provisions of Mental Health Act, but still this is there for like situations like this, so that it can be addressed. All right, and final one is accomplishment or crime. Definitely it's punishable. We have all the provisions, all the punishment and everything given in IPC, as well as CRPC, this schedule that I have shown you. You can go through this part, which talks about the classification and everything. Okay. This part is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.